Hey guys, welcome in. In today's video we are going to be talking about market days. I'm still catching up with all of my footage, so we are still back in June, but we're gonna have 3 events in this video, so it is a bit of a long one. Make sure you get your drink. I would say preferably water, but you know, whatever your drink of choice is. Grab your crochet, sit down, buckle up. We're in for a little bit of a ride. We do have, the first one was all right. The second one was a lot better and exciting. And then the last one also was not super great. It was also so hot. So yeah, if you don't know me, hi, I'm Kat, Kat's Crafty Crochet Corner. This is my channel. This is what I do. I've been crocheting for 21 years, and YouTube, I just hit my 3rd YouTube birthday, so yay. As for those of you who have been here for a while, those are my friends, the people that I love so much. Hi, hello, welcome back. Sound off in the comments. Yeah, this is a great view. Anyways, I will check it back in after the video, like after the each segment, of what our breakdowns are, so that way you guys know what I sold, what our profit margins were, excuse me, and all of those great details. Bye. Hey guys, I just wanted to come on because it's market day. It is Friday the 13th, actually, of June. So we are here in Erie, PA for a night market, and this is like the bare bones. We're trying something different. I got more baskets and stuff for the walls. I decided to put my sign like this up on the back, just with some bungee cords. Give a little more room on the back wall. But I will check in when I'm able to get, you know, the rest of it set up. We're here from 5 to 8. I want to say it's about 3 right now. So I'm taking my time setting up. I got some Starbucks not too long ago. I was on the Discord with the ladies. So, and if you're watching, I officially set up yesterday a Patreon for my channel. So if you feel like checking that out, check that description box, look for my link tree, and I will be sure. I don't think there's supposed to be a car going through there, but I will be sure to add my Patreon link to my link tree, and you'll be able to find it from there. There are multi-tier options, so there is a free option that you should be able to, you may not be able to see everything, but you'll see a few things here and there. There is a general support option, which essentially it just means that you're supporting my channel. It's like $2 a month, and you're helping me buy yarn, you're helping me pay for events, stuff like that, and you know, just helping me put out more for this channel. So that's the big thing. Then I have a, I guess, tier 2. I don't know, do you consider the free tier tier 1? If so, then this would be tier 3, which is $5 a month, and essentially you get access to my Discord, and we're gonna do monthly, you know, craft hangouts on Zoom or Discord, I don't really know what, and then you might be able to hop in the lounge with others who are interested on Discord. It is a free app, it's free to sign up, it's easy, realistically, it's just learning. It's no different than Facebook, Instagram, whatever, except for it's a much smaller group. So I know I joined Refined Vibes Patreon and Discord, and I've had the time of my life the last like year and a half, so I hope to extend a similar sense of community and friendship to other people. So yeah, if you're interested in that, check it out. And then there's also a tier that is $9 a month, where it's a mystery stitch marker of the month. So you would get, I don't know what's happening. Essentially, you pay $9 a month. You get a mystery stitch marker and then everything that the other tiers provide, or you can do $19 a month and you get a set of mystery sewing sticks, Ammi sticks, I call them Ammi stabbers, to help you make your plushies and whatnot, and it'll be a mystery set every month for $19 a month, and then that also comes with everything that comes with the other tiers. But so if you're a stitch marker of the month, you get stitch marker, not Ammi sticks. If you're an Ammi sticks of the month, then you get that and not stitch markers. So either way, check that out if you're interested. I'm hoping to be able to, like, I want to offer more. I want to grow more, you know, and I've officially hit 1,500 subscribers on YouTube, which I know isn't a ton, but, you know, I'm growing slowly but surely, and I hope to grow more. I enjoy this time with you guys, so I'll check in later with an update on my booth, because right now it's a bit bare, but I have all the bags. And I'll be back tomorrow because Molly with Out of the Barn Crochet out of Dayton, Ohio, her and I are doing a street festival in Yellow Springs, Ohio tomorrow on the 14th from I think 9 to 5. So I have to leave this street fair. We're done at 8. I should be packed up by 9. I have to leave here and head straight for Yellow Springs, Ohio, which is 5 hours away. It's gonna be a good day tomorrow. It's gonna be a good day. We're getting a hotel, I guess tonight, to sleep a little bit, and then we have the festival tomorrow, and hopefully it's a good day, especially good enough to like split. You know, we're not like splitting our sales evenly. It's, you know, if I make $700 and she makes $1,300, that's what we get. But hopefully it's a good enough event to share a booth, especially long distance. So I don't know. I'll check in later. Bye. Looks like they have something going on down there, like during the car show, which is kind of cool. We have Casey's ice cream right here. Hi. Hey there. Hello. Oh, I'm just looking for the moment. Yeah, take a look, take a photo. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Thanks. I don't know, we're gonna have to do some sharing or something, because we need some food. Not really seeing any food. We're on such a narrow freaking street right now because of this building and construction. I don't know if people really realize what's going on. So fingers crossed, guys, honestly. I didn't really update too much throughout the day, but I did. Let me read off some of the things that I sold. I sold one of Caroline's flowers, a gnome towel for Karen. I sold a tiny turtle, a tiny chicken, a $15 mystery box, a mini loaf cat, 2 Martha chickens, 2 mushy boys, 1 mini panda, my last one, 1 sitting elephant, and 1 hanging plant. So let's see, 30 and 40 is 70, 80, 90, 105, 120, 150, 176, 191, 201, 216.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's 216. I paid $40 to be here, and it was for 3 hours, so can't really complain. I'm gonna eat. I did buy my Father's Day things for my husband and my dad. Those ones have eggs in them.
I saw that. That is so cute. I just pulled one out. That's adorable. You do it?
So I do 90% of it, but I have a few friends that I sell some stuff for them. So like I have a friend Karen, Maria, and Caroline, and so they do the flowers, these flowers, some of the bigger things. Okay, hi guys, welcome back. So you just watched the footage from the Erie Boutique Nights, which that's Erie, Pennsylvania. It was on June 13th. The event was from 5 until 8 p.m. You're set up outside. It was really good weather, and the fee was $40. Not terrible. $40 for a 3-hour event is steep, not gonna lie. This is maybe not an event that I will probably participate again in. I did do it like all summer. It just consistently wasn't very profitable. So let's get into the breakdown. I, of course, had my things from my crochet friends, so Karen and Caroline and Maria. I sold 1 flower of Caroline's for $15. I sold 1 gnome towel of Karen's for $10. I sold 1 tiny turtle for $10. I sold 1 tiny chicken for $10. I sold 1 $15 mystery box. I sold 2 mini loaf cats for $15. I sold 2 Martha chickens for $15. I sold 2 mini mushy boys for $13. I sold 1 panda for $15. I sold 1 sitting elephant for $40. And I sold 1 hanging plant for $30. So that is a total of 14 items that I sold in 3 hours. Which isn't great. You know, when you have to set up a whole outdoor display, it's just not really worth it. So I don't remember exactly what happened, but this was a cash only event. I'm pretty sure that I left my square at home. So it is a total of $231. And all I have on here is that I took out the $40 of the booth fee, which brought us down to $191. And then realistically, I also ate while I was there. So I had $21 in food, also not accounted for. So that's $170 profit, not to mention gas and stuff like that. If you break it down, even though I was at the market for 3 hours, it takes 2 hours to set up still. It still takes an hour to tear down, and it was an hour away from home. So this ended up being an 8-hour day. So if you break it down, it ended up making $23.86 an hour. Which, is that terrible? No. But did my body enjoy it? Also no. This was also something, you know, I did sell $25 worth of stuff for 2 of my friends. So maybe for an event like this, I would just need to not put other people's stuff out, make it a little more worth my time. Maybe I need to forego the canopy and just do like a table setup, like something very basic. But I don't know. That's where we are. That's how we did for the Erie boutique nights. But go ahead and stick around, because now we are getting into the Yellow Springs Street Fair in Ohio, where we meet a special guest. So I'll check back in a minute.
Good morning, guys. Morning. Look who I have. I have Molly. I have a new friend at a craft show. And do you know where we are? Molly, where are we?
We're in Yellow Springs.
Yellow Springs, Ohio. 5 hours away from my house. Long drive. Got like 3 hours of sleep, if that. Yeah, so you're good. We're fooling ourselves. Okay. We're just, you know, the neighboring crazy people. It's okay. So Molly is with Out of the Barn Crochet, right? Thank you, because I struggle remembering sometimes.
I couldn't figure out. I knew you had like alliteration, but I couldn't remember what the middle ones were.
Yes. Everybody remembers, or they only remember the Cat's Crafty Corner part. And it used to be Cat's Crafty Corner, but I had to add in that C for crochet, because you can't abbreviate that. Found that out the hard way.
I'm really glad you didn't use a K for crochet.
Exactly. That's why I chose not to. Had to throw the C in there. They're like, why couldn't you just do 4 Ks? I'm like, because it's still too close. It's still a problem. So, anyways, we are here. We're still setting up. I'm pretty sure it's close to 9 at this point. We start at 9. We're here 9 to 5. So we're literally moving everything in the booth, and we're going to start putting plushies up. I just showed you a clip of what it looks like, or I guess I will after this. I don't really know which one. But once we get it all set up, I'll show you again. Check it later. Bye.
Sorry.
We didn't find an umbrella, but if
No.
set it down.
It's not for your grandchild, it's for my grandchild.
Right. I didn't see an umbrella. Let's see. All right, if we find it. She was looking for her umbrella.
I know. I'm just hoping to have a good experience, but
I've seen other people that said this is what they started with. Now followed how to make these to start with. But Crochet's hair head kinds of stuff.
The bandanas, they're 15.
I thought I pointed out these and said she needs to make these, and these are the kind of things that she likes to make that she likes.
I'm gonna come in right beside you and just record this real quick. It helps me with inventory at the end of it.
We're gonna do the same thing.
Hello, hello. Hi. Yeah, you don't have to be. I can I was gonna say I can put a sticker over your face if I have to.
do you have a sticker over your face? You want to be a sticker person?
Yeah, I could put SpongeBob, Patrick, whatever.
Shrek.
Yeah, Shrek. Yeah, I saw the Shrek. Okay. Anyways, so we're here with Molly with Out of the Barn Crochet and
Elena. No, I said she was going to introduce her. Well, she's waiting for you to introduce yourself.
Yeah.
You were.
I mean, I can.
You
Elena. I was.
That you were.
whichever. It's fine. Yeah, so we're at Michael's. We're doing damage. That's Molly's cart and Elena's cart. And that's my cart. Found some sweet snuggles. Gonna try. Feels like bliss. Don't know what we're making. But yeah. Now we're leaving. Bye. Okay, we're back. So the Yellow Springs Street Fair, guys. It was in Yellow Springs, Ohio. It was on June 14th. So I literally went from this night market in Erie, which ended at 8 o'clock. I finished tearing down at 9 o'clock, and I drove from Erie, Pennsylvania to Yellow Springs, Ohio, which was 5.5 hours away. So I did not get in until 4 a.m. No. 1 a.m. ish. 1 or 2. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. 30. Okay. So about 2:30 is when I got to the hotel. Thankfully, Molly was already checked in and ready to roll. So all she had to do was let me in. We split the booth fee. We split the hotel. We I think we both drove. Maybe. I don't remember now. But anyways, the event was a one-dayer. It was from 9 until 5 p.m. So why don't we go ahead and get into the breakdown? I did have my stuff as well from Karen and Maria and Caroline. So from Karen, I sold one strawberry purse for $15 and one gnome towel for $10. And then of my own stuff, I sold 4 tiny turtles for $10, 2 tiny bees for $10, 5 tiny chickens for $10. I sold 2 mini loaf cats for $15. I sold 1 mushy boy for $13. I sold 2 T-Rexes for $15. I sold 4 spiders for $15. My own pattern. It's no-so. You should check it out. I sold 1 mini pig for $15. That's also my own pattern. It's just not released at the moment. Those of you who are watching who are not in my Discord, do you want me to release a mini pig pattern? Should I do it? I keep putting it off. I don't know why. I sold 1 mouse, a chubby mouse, for $15. I sold 3 booty frogs for $18. I sold 1 axolotl for $20. I sold 1 Puddles the duck for $35. I sold 1 sitting elephant for $40. I sold 1 Sunny doll for $35. I sold 1 German Shepherd for $35, and I sold 1 crop top for $40. So I sold 34 items, totaling $605. I also got $4.18 in tips. So that brings us up to $609.18. More than half of that was on card. Cash was about $206 and card was $399. So if you don't have the capability to take card payments, digital payments of some kind, definitely figure out how to do so. Oftentimes you lose sales if you don't offer it. So our fees were $59 for food, $2 for parking, $65 for a hotel room, $175 for the booth, and about $21 in square fees. So it totals up to $322.05 for fees. So if you do take that out, I profited $287.13. So if you break it down, my average sale ended up being $17.79, which is good. That's on the higher end. And if you add up all the hours that this market took place, drive time included, then it was a 22-hour expedition. So it breaks down to about $13.05 an hour. Now, this is only my portion. This does not count anything that Molly sold at this event. I don't even remember if I asked her how she did or anything like that. I just don't remember. So I'm really sorry about that, guys. But if you're curious, make sure to go find Molly here on YouTube. She does have a channel. It's Out of the Barn Crochet. Her logo is a little red barn on a white background. And she may have a video actually breaking down her portion of this event as well. So, would I do this event again? Based on the sales alone, no. No. Needing to get a hotel room and the booth fee really eats into that cost. And there just was not enough sales to make it worth that. We did also have sporadic rain on that day. And more than anything, it was a bad overall experience with the volunteers at the end of the day. They did say ahead of time that they have a strict 1 hour teardown window, which is normally fine. However, they took a 2-lane street with on street parking. And instead of putting vendors against the curb on both sides of the street, they put the vendor booths back to back like this down the middle. So there was a 1-way lane going this way and a 1-way lane going this way that you had to wait in to pull up to your spot in order to load your stuff into your vehicle. Now, it takes me an hour to tear down my booth with just my stuff. This doesn't include Molly stuff. Not to mention the fact that at the time she was like 7 months pregnant. And I would not let her lift anything. Now, the problem is you get stuck in this line because you have to wait for the car in front of you to get to their spot, unload or load up their stuff and leave before you can even move forward in the line. And that doesn't guarantee that you're getting to your spot. So that was just such poor planning on their part. It was not conducive at all for a quick teardown. Then on top of that, there's no nearby parking at all. Like, you cannot park nearby. Everything is closed off. You know, everybody's got cones and stuff out on the street, blocking off every parking spot. It was ridiculous. And if the person in the parking lot knew that you were a vendor, they were charging you double to park your car. That's price gouging at the finest. That is ridiculous. So I ended up having to park a good 20-minute walk away. So you're not allowed to go get your vehicle until you finish tearing down. So we get everything tore down and over, like, in the spot on the sidewalk, whatever. I have to walk 20 minutes to get my car. It's going to take about 10 minutes to get into the line. And then I had to wait in the line a good 30 minutes. And then there's the time to actually to pack my car. So we are trying to load up, and we're trying to do it as quickly as we can. And these organizers are coming up on us, I swear to God, every 5 minutes. And, oh, well, you really have to be out of here within an hour. The street sweepers are coming right at 6 o'clock, and, you know, the cops will start getting involved, and, you know, can I help you? Tell me what I can do to help, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, listen, please don't help. It slows me down more by having to tell you what to do than it does just for me to do it myself. Like, there is a process. You can't just take stuff off the walls and throw it on the ground, because I have to pick up those baskets that you've just thrown on the ground, and I have to stack them nicely in order for them to fit in my minivan. You know, things have to go in the minivan in a very specific way, or it's not going to fit. You know, you can't just unhook the grid walls from the canopy when stuff is still on them. You can't just take stuff off of the walls and throw them in bags, because some of it was Molly's, some of it was mine, some of it was, some of it was Caroline, some of it was Karen's, you know, all that. So, and instead of them saying, okay, you know, just please hurry it along, they would send another person 5 minutes later to push us. And then another person a few minutes later, and then another person a few minutes later. And I finally got to the point of, please don't touch my stuff. There's a certain way to do it. We are working on it. And then they wanted to start getting snappy with me. And it's like, listen, I shouldn't have to keep telling you over and over again. I told you that we are working on it. We are working as fast as we can. You cannot help me. Please leave me alone. So then we finally get to a point where we're almost at the end putting stuff in the van, and there's this, one of the volunteers is a guy, and he comes up and he starts grabbing stuff and trying to hand it to me to put it in. And he would hand it to me, and it wasn't the next thing that needed to go in the van, so I would just put it right back down and grab the next thing that I needed to. And I told him, I said, this right here is exactly why, like, you guys need to just let me do it, because you're slowing me down. If you weren't putting stuff in my hands, it would save me a couple seconds, because I wouldn't need to put it down and then go find what I need. Like, this cannot go in here until this goes in here. This cannot go in here until this goes in here. It's a very calculated game of Tetris. And it kind of got to a point of where I ended up telling them, like, I mean, if you want to pack it yourself, that's fine. I said, but when it doesn't all fit, I'm going to have to unload the whole thing and repack it the way that it needs to in order for it to fit. And you guys are just going to have to deal with it, because what else are we supposed to do here? So it was such a stressful and just not a great environment between vendor and organizers. So for that reason alone, I would not do it again. Would not. And I had told Molly, like, you know, if that's something that you want to deal with, you are more than welcome to do this again on your own. But I'm gonna step back. I'm not gonna do this one. So that was the Yellow Springs experience. I know that Yellow Springs does a handful of events over there. And if you're one person, they're a decent moneymaker. I know the booth is like, what's 175 times 2? I think the booth is about $350. And if you live there, you don't have to get a hotel room, right? So, and I think that between Molly and I, we probably pulled about $1,700. So if you're paying $300 and you're getting $1,700 as a return, that's kind of worth it. Could it be better? Yes. But that's kind of worth it. So maybe it would be better for you guys there if you live there, but not for me. It's too far away for me to deal with all that. That's such a headache. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking about this one. We're going to go ahead and watch the next clip, which I think is Ashtabula Pride. So check that out. Come back in a few and we will go over the numbers for that one. Okay. I don't know if you can see it, but that's Lake Erie. Guys, I look a little hot mess, but we are ready to roll officially. It is freaking hot. I would love to go live today, but I don't have enough signal. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough signal to use my card reader, so that's fun. We're at Ashtabula Pride in Ohio today. It is the 21st of June. We're here from noon to 6 officially, so I think we're starting really soon, but I am all set up. So I'm literally down to 3 crop tops. Look at our new edition of Maria's dolls. This wall. And then I'm gonna flip you around. I just want to show you like the frontage. So here we go. We have my sweater over here, the mannequin over there. We have a mixture of big things and small things in the front. I've already sold a little monster and a tiny chicken, so that's exciting. These monsters are going off like a hit. So if you have these little ring googly eye things, this little monster pattern I think is from Loops and Knots on YouTube. You can make them in any color. The brighter, the better. Definitely add the teeth. I think that that's a selling factor. But either way, let me know what you think, guys. Is there anything that I'm missing that you think I should add? I do have a lot of inventory, but realistically, only half of it's mine at this point. So I really need to get on some market prepping. One thing to note though is that there's a toy booth, that's a crochet booth, I'm a crochet booth. Skyla over here is a crochet booth, love her. Right across the way, crochet booth, and right next door, crochet booth. Over there, crochet booth. Down there, crochet booth. Down there, crochet booth. Half of us are crochet booths. So, figured, hey, do you care if you're on my YouTube channel?
I literally was gonna come over and ask you.
Okay.
I'm doing a time lapse of me putting all my keychain things on.
Oh.
Oh well, I turned it off now. Hold on. We're gonna go back.
It was worth a try.
Okay.
Hi. I'm a hot mess.
That's okay, girl. My hair's getting frizzy.
That's relatable. Oh,
Yes. Ooh, that might be the thumbnail. Oh my god.
I love that. You a crocheter too? I think I remember.
1, 2, 3 times down.
Okay, yep. So I was literally just talking, I'm like, that's a crochet booth, that's a crochet booth, that's a crochet booth, down there, down there, down there, down there. All of us, like half of us are crochet booths, but we're gonna have a great day.
We all got something different.
We all do, we do. So, I know.
Same brain though. Like,
I love it. It's this wonderful edition.
Trying to put my keychains on.
I'm gonna have to figure out which one I need to have this
I
time.
actually got that stand for free from work. I had to like spray paint it. It's very janky, but
It's okay, it's fine.
free.
We'll see you later. I'm gonna have to figure out which one I need, for sure. But they're all so cute. I love them. Wait. Doodle Noodle Crafts. That way you can find her. We are together on Refined Vibes Discord, totally accidentally because we were here last year together. So it's a good time.
Very good time.
And look at that top that she made herself.
Made it last night. Stayed up till midnight.
Crazy. I ain't doing that. So check in later. Everybody's tearing down. Kind of turned into a little bit of a cluster at the end here. People were coming in and bringing their cars in when they shouldn't have been. Early. It got really hot. The crowd died down like at 3 o'clock when the shows stopped performing. So yeah, it's a good time. Getting ready to go home. I'm pretty sure that I made the same or less than I did last night and the night before individually at night markets. So I don't know if I'll be back next year, honestly. This was a really good event this year or last year, but this year, like I mentioned earlier, like half of us are crochet vendors. They put all of us literally within like a booth or two apart, and it's just kind of a mess. There's too much saturation for any of us to do well, unfortunately. And I've heard that from a few different people now. But say hi! It's hot. To put it into perspective, this is the hill that I have to walk back up to go get my car. So when I say that I am freaking hot, I really, really mean it, guys. I scheduled 3 events this week and I am absolutely beat. I am so tired. I have to go and grab the kids from their uncles and somehow manage to get them to bed so that way I can go to sleep later. But yeah, it's a whole thing. Man, I mean, it's a beautiful park. It's just a long walk. They need to find better parking for this. Hi guys, I know this is a different angle. I kind of have you on my thingy. I just wanted to come on and show you how red my face is. I have my cute little bows in. I'm hoping that it's just from like the heat and busting ass to haul down and not sunburn, because if it's sunburn, it's gonna hurt like hell. But it took me about an hour and 10 minutes to tear down. We're all done. And even though I did start packing up, you know, before 6 o'clock, like everybody else, I'm still like the last vendor here, tearing down, which is no surprise to me, really, but I had literally packed away all of my plushies, put them in the van. I was getting my grids down, and a customer who come by earlier in the day, he bought a little chicken. He needed to have it. He thought it was the cutest thing. He put it on his necklace and carried it around like that. He actually come running around my booth, and he's like, I have money in my pocket, and it's just burning a hole. I got about $25 that I could spend. Do you have anything, like, that I can access? I'm like, let's see what's in the first bag. So I pull the top bag out, and I open it up. I was like, let's see. We have little monsters, and we have ballerina dolls, and we have a Big Mama chicken, and we have some dogs, and we have some butterflies. So there's a big butterfly for $25 and a small butterfly for $15. He's like, you know what? I'll take the butterfly. So Maria sold a butterfly. It was the last sale of the day for $15, and very excited for that. And he was very excited too. He took it and he ran back to his group of friends. But it's just another example of, you know, don't tear down and leave early, because you never know. Like, let me tell you, it has been a miserable day. But the way that this event went today, that $15 might make it or break it, honestly. So, but now for the long trek out of here, I just wanted to sit in the AC and really try to cool off and whatnot. I feel like I definitely have some heat exhaustion, because as hot as I am, every so often I keep like getting the chills, and every so often I'm feeling a little nauseous. So I do have some nice cold water that I'm sipping on, trying to I have like been putting it on my neck. I poured it in my hair, which is why my hair kind of looks the way that it does. But I got these cute little bows today. I just needed my hair off of my neck, and I was not prepared for it, and this whole thing. But currently, you can't really see it, but I've got my shirt like tucked up underneath my bra, so that way my midsection is slightly exposed. And I need to turn, okay, my heated seats are already turned off. I don't know why they still feel like they're heated, because my legs feel like they're swimming on the leather, which is gross. Yeah. But anyways, we're gonna get going, and I will catch you up later.
And we're back. Anyways, Ashtabula Pride, June 21st of last year. This event was from noon until 6. This is my second year that I've done it. And it's in Ashtabula, Ohio. The booth fee is $50. The event is like down in this little valley that is like a beach area, a park area just off of Lake Erie. There is no cell service down there at all. So you cannot take card payments at all. That was not great. Did not like that. So, anyways, I did have things from my friends again today. So Caroline and Maria both sold things. Caroline sold a rose stem for $15. Maria sold one tiny monster for $10. She sold 3 weenie dogs for $18. She sold one flower chick for $15. She sold one big weenie dog for $25. And she sold one small butterfly for $15. And that butterfly was really funny because I was all packed up. Like, I had just finished putting my inventory in the back of my van. And this guy come over to my booth and he's like, "Aw, man, I just missed it." It's like, "What?"
he's like, I was really hoping, like, I had money still in my pocket and I was looking to buy something for my friend. And I was like, well, I mean, it's just in a bag here in the back of my car if you want to look through it. Like, I can unzip it and you can dig through. I said, what are you looking to spend? And he tells me about $15. And he looked and looked and he ended up finding the butterfly, and that's what he went with. So I thought that was really cool. It's not often that you sell things literally out of the back of your car. The last time that happened, I was selling something to my brother out of the back of the car. So I was just amused. So starting the things that I myself sold, I sold a gummy bear keychain for $12. I sold 2 stitch markers for $5. I sold 1 set of Emmy sticks. I call them Emmy stabbers for $15. I sold 3 tiny chickens for $10. I sold 1 mini loaf cat for $15. I sold 1 Martha chicken for $15. I sold 1 mini otter for $15. I sold 1 mini plant for $15. And I sold 1 jumbo gator for $50. So that was our big ticket sale of the day. The shameful part is that this totals to 20 items that sold. It was a very, very long day. And it was very hot. It was 90 plus degrees outside. People were dropping left and right because you couldn't, the only water available was water that you bought. It was very, very bad. Like, in the drag queens, I don't know how they did it, honestly, because to be in, like, I know that some of their costumes and stuff are like rubber suits, basically. So I just imagine that they were boiling, literally. It was terrible. It was a terrible day. So we sold 20 items, which totals to $276 in sales. Honestly, I don't like to do any event that I don't make $300 in sales. It's frustrating. The booth fee was $50 and we spent $41 in food. So our fees were $91. We had no square fees because there was no internet to take card sales. So our total profit was $185. Our average sale was $13.80. And if you add up all the hours worked, it was 12 hours altogether, which breaks down to about $15.42 per hour. I will not be doing this event again next year, or I guess this year. And I had made that decision before learning that they actually have canceled the event going forward. So they do not have the local support to put it on again, which is disappointing. You know, every community should have access to events that make them feel seen at the end of the day. That's just a personal preference. But yeah, so not a great event, guys, not a great event. So if we were to total up, let's see, where's my calculator? Do I have my calculator? It's here. It's just pushed way back. Come on. Give me my calculator. Why? It's like stuck. My goodness. Okay. Sorry, guys. That was a whole thing. Alright, so 276 plus Yellow Springs is 609 plus Boutique Nights 231 equals woohoo. Across these 3 weekends or 3-day events, because we had the Friday, Saturday, 13th and 14th, and then we had the 21st. We made $1,115, which I would much rather do that in one day, not across 3 events. So that was frustrating. You know, I did have a good experience. I did get to meet people. So at least there's that. You know, by doing the night markets in Erie, I was able to get my foot in the door with some other city hosted events. And by doing the Yellow Springs market, I got to do my first market with Molly. So I was very excited for that one. I didn't really care how much I made from that one, except for just to cover my expenses. It was cool to get to hang out with her for the weekend and, you know, us just do something cool before she had her baby. And then the Pride event, I actually was able to see Skyla again, which I think it's Noodle Doodle Crafts or something like that. It's been a little while since I've seen. But, and she just happened to be 2 booths down from me. So we got to get a couple pictures. We got to chat throughout the day. You know, I got to meet quite a few of the drag queens. They had come in. They were really loving all my stuff. And the one who come in, I don't know if any of you guys remember seeing the viral drag video where she comes out in like this very chunky knitted blanket worn as a cape. And she walks out, and next thing you know, it starts coming unraveled until it comes off of her. And I think she was wearing like a granny square dress or something like that. That was the drag queen that I had met that day. So that was kind of fun. I was like, you know, we were just talking about you in our crochet space. Like, it's like that was a really cool thing to do. And they really love crocheting. So that was neat. But otherwise, I think that's about it, guys. Let's go ahead and get this video out there. This video should be posting this coming Friday on the 7th. On the 7th, which I may or may not have an event on the 7th. I don't know. But on the 8th, I'm flying to see Haley. I'm so excited. It's been so cold up here. It is. Ooh, temps are supposed to go up tomorrow. That's cool. Like, it was a high of 41 degrees today. It's a low of 36. And I'm about to leave Pennsylvania and the cold weather behind, and I'm going to go to Mississippi and hang out with Haley. And we're going to road trip to Georgia to go see Maria and Ruby. I hope so, because, I mean, we don't always hear from her girl, so need to check in on that. We're going to do some touristy things in Atlanta. If, I don't know, if you're in the Atlanta, Georgia area and you happen to see me, say hi. I don't see that happening, but just in case, I should be there Sunday through Wednesday, roughly. Anyways, if you got this far in the video, how about put a zoo animal in the comments, because we're gonna go to the zoo while we're there. Yeah. So, thank you guys for hanging out. I'll check in with you next time. Next video, we should be getting into, I think we're probably going to do all of July's video, like market day videos, and except for the fair. I've already put out the Ohio State Fair video, so if you haven't seen that, go check it out. There's a part 1 and a part 2. Part 1 is the experience, and part 2 is the numbers. The numbers are crazy. It's where we talk about like the best sellers and stuff like that. Things that didn't do well, things that did do well, things I learned, yada yada. But there were a lot of night markets and stuff in July. So that should be a good one too, guys. Or we're probably going to do them all in one. Just a big July video. Unless it gets too crazy long. And then I might split it in half. But we're trying to catch up. We're trying to do the things. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Bye!